We all enjoy the Hunger Games series, but catching fire is no game. Ever since kindergarten, we've been inculcated with the specific directions, stop, drop, and roll, to deal with such a situation. But it's been a long time since kindergarten. Has the knowledge of what to do when one finds oneself ablaze faded like a cool t-shirt put into the wash one too many times? In preparation for next week's tragic events in which the entire UT football team will tragically burst into flame, I set out to find out if college students are adequately prepared for the all-too-likely threat of spontaneous combustion in this investigative report. Suddenly being consumed by flames like a sim with a low cooking skill is an ever-present danger all of us face every waking and sleeping moment. Is the University of Texas keeping abreast of the threat by educating students on how to cope with immolation? Or is Greg Fenvez merely sweeping the problem under the rug like the bones of the last 3 Bevos? To find out, I talked to actual flammable college students to see if they're prepared for the threat. Have you ever caught fire in the last 6 months?
I have not.
How many times in the last 6 months have you caught fire?
42.
42, really? Please, enlighten us. What's it like to be on fire 42 times in 1 month?
It's pretty tough, man.
Does vaping count?
It absolutely does.
0?
I've been in a building that had a fire safety issue, and they had the alarms go. I actually got a test for it, so I honestly was okay with it, but it was kind of fucked up, I guess.
So fire worked to your benefit in a way?
Yeah, in a way.
I told my family. My mom's just in shambles about it.
Well, I'm sure she is.
Every other day.
And how about your dad?
He's not around anymore.
Did he also catch fire 42 times? Was he the cause of the fire?
Every time.
Damn. What happened with the test?
It got pushed back.
Okay. Pushed back into the fire, or?
No, it did not get pushed back into the fire physically.
Do you plan on catching fire anytime in the next 6 months?
Probably not. I would hope not.
You'd hope not. Do you plan on catching fire anytime in the next 6 months?
I do, actually.
Really? 42 more times?
31.
If someone comes up to me and is like, you know what, hey, do you want to catch on fire right now? I mean, maybe in the spur of the moment, I might be like, yeah, sure.
Do you plan on catching fire at all anytime in the next 6 months?
If I have a test that I haven't studied for very well, I'd not be opposed to having a fire happen in the building that's not actually a fire, then it gets pushed back.
Future arsonist, I love it.
No,
all right, so when you did find yourself on fire, what action did you take?
Well, I actually got some more gasoline because I enjoyed it. I sort of put it on myself. And people thought I was going too hard, but I was like, gotta enjoy it while you can.
Right. Turn down for what, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
If you did find yourself on fire, what do you think you would do?
I would drop and roll. I mean, I've been taught that since I was in kindergarten.
So no stopping, just drop and roll. You would just keep doing what you were doing, but just drop and roll while doing it.
Drop and roll and go to the fire exit.
Roll toward the fire exit.
Yes, I would roll there.
Okay, just try not to roll into the further fire, right? Yeah. Okay, now last question for you. If you had a pet marmot, what would you name it?
James.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, I actually really love that name. Made my day. Clearly not. Of all the walking bundles of kindling I encountered, not one of them knew what to do if they suddenly found themselves lit. But who's to blame? Is it the students for their own youthful hubris and ignorance? As usual, probably. Or is it the negligence of the administration, which has once again failed to properly inform its student population of the dangerous realities of this all-too-combustible world? I sat down with Campus Health and Safety Administrator Eileen to the left to discuss exactly what the University of Texas is doing to educate young people about what to do if they find themselves the primary fuel source of an exothermic reaction, and also to find out if she had any more euphemisms for fire because I was running out. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to sit down and talk with me today.
Of course. Happy to be here.
Water?
No, thank you.
Well. Let's get right into it. What is your administration doing to keep the student body from burning down?
How do you mean?
Spontaneous human combustion.
Oh, well, if it's fire safety you're concerned about, we do have regularly scheduled fire drills, and all of the buildings on campus comply with fire codes.
Let's actually talk about that for a second. Is it true that in order to save costs, all buildings on campus were constructed out of paper mache?
Yes, well...
And is it also true that next week the administration will begin requiring students to wear clothing made of 100% cotton?
Yes, but...
I'm not finished. Can you also confirm that recent tests have found the water in the sprinkler systems to be 100% lighter fluid.
I am in no position to either confirm or deny.
Are you planning on burning down the campus in order to collect the insurance money?
No, that's an outrageous accusation.
So what exactly are you doing to prevent students from being burnt to a crisp?
Posters.
Posters.
Yes, posters. We have a new fire safety campaign coming out next week. And, studies have actually shown that the stop, drop, and roll method is too time consuming. And every second counts when you're on fire. So the new slogan has been cut down to stop.
Stop.
Yes. You see, if you just let the fire run its course, it will eventually get bored and leave.
You are planning on burning down the student body, aren't you?
I think we're done here.
Oh yeah, no, don't let me keep you. You go bring new meaning to burnt orange. Yeah, hey, cook 'em horns, right? Some people. Well, there you have it. The University of Texas may not be fire safe, but at least I know I always am. For Next Week Now Investigates, I'm James Hope.